Hey, we're back for a short second part of the episode. Welcome to the Hexagon TTRPG. I'm Brent, the DM. With me today, we got the Fiery Wiln Fair, which is Simon. We have the Tough Tomas, which is Peter. And we have the Intergalactic Angel Quintini 314, which is Dana.
A delayed
Yes. We'll bring up your little.
Quite an entrance, right?
Yeah.
We'll bring up your little.
Oh. There you go. Just like a whole audience.
I'm gonna make a gleep glorp noises.
I don't know how to make gleepy.
There you go.
That's the closest I can do it.
That's pretty
Pretend
good.
you're a little green dude when you talk.
Alrighty, so you guys are here amongst the egg sacs. Our expedition goes forward. As you see all of the egg sacs and the dark woods, the dark patch of woods coming up, you see abandoned fey homes and structures here, just like small and set into the trees and brush, but gone silent and dark. It's the little steps there that lead into that little bit of woods. And you see these sacks there's a faint glow about them. And you can hear a little squelching noise. How careful are you all being here? Are we touching these sacks at all?
I feel like we should, if anything, we'll like toss something at them, not like put our hand on them.
No, not touch, at least not immediately, but at least get a closer look at them. If they're like literally moving and squelching like that, maybe that's a different story.
They're squelching.
They're squelching.
Are they moving?
There's a little bit of movement there.
Oh, that definitely feels like an egg.
That must be an egg. The color. They're orange, right? They're like bright orange, like what we're seeing in the image I'm imagining. And I feel like the Mogwai were also like, or no, they gave off like a fiery look because they like took over like a stump or something. The one that we fought.
Yeah, but he looked. I have his picture here still.
Okay, yeah. If you could show me again, I just want to make like if Tomas would make a connection between like the way that these pustules look and the Mogwai, but if not, then maybe he'll still bring it up. Like perhaps it's these Mogwai.
Maybe. Hopefully not, because we're trying to get rid of the voidlings, and if we're just dealing with Mogwai over and over, that's going to make everything a bit more difficult.
Okay. Yo, look at that.
It was like misty. It's like smoky.
No, that's different. Different vibe. Okay.
One of the underseers has the fire baton, right?
Yes.
Should we potentially try burning one of these pustules? Or maybe we should. Do we check if it's actually part of the forest first? Just to, like, make sure that it's not Valith of some sort. Like, is this? Do they seem to be harming the trees in any way? Like, is the foliage and landscape around them seem to be like rotting or like vibrant?
Rotting, dying, leaves litter the floor here.
Okay.
And paying attention to that, you realize it's abnormally quiet. Not quite the silence that you experienced during the full-fledged invasion, right? When it was like the heart of the forest was infected and it had erected almost like a zone. But it's kind of getting there.
All right. Can we even activate any of the magical weapons?
Why not?
I don't know. I feel like there might be, if it was a deadened zone, then maybe that might affect the magic in the weapons as well.
Does
The
it turn
Underseer,
on?
the Underseer has the baton. Is like, I don't really want to get that close where I have to. Can we throw something?
Well, we don't have anything on fire unless we take like a stick and light it on fire with your baton and then toss it at it.
One of the decaphods. I have a spear that I could throw.
Before we do all that, let me just detect this real quick. I take out my D-pad, and I do an extra spatial mapping. I think this is what's gonna help me. Or wait, I'm trying to
still
figure
locked
out
and
which
loaded.
one.
Yes, just hold that position, soldier.
It might hurt your arm, so you can put it down for now. Actually,
It doesn't hurt his
I
arms.
wanna investigate what sort of what's going on with this creature. If they're still alive or not.
Do you still have the instructions for extra spatial mapping?
Yeah. Let me get this. The D-pad may be used to detect spatial anomalies and non-physical forms in the pulse centered on the user. The function is shorter range than the physical scan, but may detect most forms of incorporeal mass and analyze it to some degree. This is most helpful in identifying exotic matter particular to the current dimension.
Nice. This is the best usage of that ability from the D-pad.
Yeah.
So as you activate the extra spatial mapping, usually it's like a sonar pulse that it like gets the that 3D map of like what's around you. With the extra spatial mapping, it's a much smaller, but it's a bubble, and so it said 30 feet, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's about 30 feet around
I
you.
walk in range.
Yeah. But it's within your kind of like vision in this area, and as it lights up, all of these egg sacs are highlighted, and in some of the trees they're full of these like little like pinpricks of light here, and you can see that it also extends into the ground in a lot of places. All of this that it's lighting up is exotic matter, which is basically not native to this dimension.
Got that. So yeah, that's a lot of eggs. I do think I'm gonna send a message to Maylin. Can you can you communicate with the tree if it's okay if we kill a few trees in order to get rid of all the voidling nests? Like a small sacrifice in order to remove 90% of the enemy type deal.
Do we hear you like talking to me?
I have my D-pad and I.
Oh, you're like literally typing it out, right?
Yeah, like a little text.
Yeah, you get a message back from Maylin. She says, "Yeah, any dead wood is fine to prune."
All right, so we got the approval. I think the best choice would be to burn all of this. But in killing the babies, it might bring the parents over. Usually.
We might have to be careful in how we dispose of these pustules. But how many are there? Like, is it the whole section of this forest? Like, it's for acres? Like,
it looked like this is like a patch, but you're seeing glimpses like little glowing orange dots like further into the darkness of the woods here.
We did come to kill some voidlings, and if these are their eggs, then might as well get rid of them.
Bart steps up. If we need to do it from range, I can do it.
Bart,
I could likely as well.
I prefer if you saved your energy for any of the large ones. We've seen how strong they can be.
All right.
Well, if there's dead wood around, that's not as useful. Maybe we can make torches and set them alight.
Yeah.
Well, let's make sure the trees are actually dead, right? Sorry, yeah. I'll just can I use my plant identification to like verify if these trees are actually dead or if they're just like still alive but suffering?
Yeah, I think no roll necessary there. With your ability, your knowledge, you look at these trees and plants, and immediately you can spot the difference between a diseased tree and a non-diseased tree.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I think it's a pretty stark difference. Like the color of the tree is drained a little bit. It's just dimmer. It's these egg sacs seem to be leaching life force directly from the forest to grow. So it's fairly obvious to you like which ones are infected, and even like beyond this 30-foot range, like you can even spot like that one's infected, even though it like didn't get pinged because it's a little bit further away. I'll say this too, which is you're asking, are they dead or are they alive? And like they're definitely like zombified.
Okay.
Right? It's like this is a parasite clinging to its host. This is not a symbiotic relationship.
Gotcha. All right. Let's gather up some dead wood. Make those torches like Willen suggested.
So we don't wander too far and always keep an eye out, because if Quinn saw things up above, then that means they might get the drop on us. Quite literally.
Okay.
Why
don't you guys all go ahead and roll me a speed roll? And this is just going to be like a skill check to carefully, be piling up, the firewood and things around the trees and the egg sacs.
11.
Speed. Do I have anything here? It's a 7.
I have a 14, and also since last time we've chatted, I used the Fury XP points, so now I have an edge of 2 on my speed. I don't remember her
so exactly. You can use an effort?
I have to use an effort in order to use my edge. I don't remember.
No, so the edge takes off the cost of the effort.
Oh,
yeah. If you're going to spend points, then it's like your edge you don't have to spend 2 when you do that.
It's a discount.
Okay, and what happens by putting a point in effort? Because I'm still confused with that too. Because I did also.
Effort
now.
There's a limit on the amount of effort you can do. Everyone starts with 1, which costs 3, and every additional effort is only going to cost 2 after your first one. So now, because your effort is 2, you can spend up to 2 effort in 1 action.
Ooh, okay. Got it.
You try really hard.
Okay. Sure. I'll use 1. No, I got a 14. I think I'm good. I just upgraded things, so I was curious.
On the 14, you're going with your underseers. You're starting to lay, find the brush, put it up against these trees. Wilm comes in with his 11.
Okay.
Getting closer, but you're positioning everything. You started to cordon off and make a ring of area. With the 7, that unfortunately does not beat the DC. And Tomas, you heave a log down, and under the ground where the log hits, it pops. And you see wriggling centipedes start to make their way out of the ground. You immediately start
fire!
The Phoenician, or was it? No, it was one of the understeer with
the
club. Do we light it right now?
Yes, burn them!
Just starts smacking the brush, and it's lighting fires where it's hitting. Starts to go up. I will need you to make me a might defense roll, as centipedes swarm up to you.
Okie doke. I'm trained in might defense. And I will I'll use an effort. I too teared up since last season, I guess. So I have a special pool of points I can use just for using effort because I'm hardy. Wow. So I'll use one of those. And here we go. That's an 8.
But you used effort. An 8 does it. Incredible. So as they go up to bite you, you harden your skin using your Decaphow powers, are able to swat them, squash them, and kind of like move back from the swarm that's coming up to you. You hear like a small like shrieking as the fire starts to spread, and then now other egg sacs start popping. But the pop, when it happens, if there is a fire kind of around it, the centipedes immediately start to shrivel and burn and like writhe in the flames. You can tell that they're very affected by this. But you notice that they start to accumulate, and that there are now, and like an entire tree shivers and then splits apart into a mass of centipedes coming down. And you can see that another egg that was about to be consumed by fire, the centipedes pop it before the flames can get to it. And the centipedes that are there, you notice something very strange, all of you, as they wriggle and seem to pass through matter for a second. And it seems like these centipedes have some sort of a phasing, like a shift ability, where they become a little bit translucent and they're able to not quite swim through stuff, but they're able to pass through it, to move a little bit faster, to get a little bit out of the way a little bit quicker. But they are starting to now become like a ball of centipedes, like in the underbrush. And as you watch, it kind of lifts up, and the ball of centipedes squashes one of the flames and puts it out. What do you all do? We're basically in initiative now.
Excellent.
Fantastic. All right.
You wanna use those fire powers of yours, Will?
Yeah, I think so. So I have some fire powers. I have either hurl flame or cutting light. So I believe I think I'm going to first activate my Shroud of Flame, which just kind of like coats my body in flame to kind of like try and go towards these centipedes. Because I saw they just like squash one of the flames, but like an attempt to like, if they do try and get to me, I'll at least have the flame around me to ward them off at the beginning, and to try and kind of like get their attention away from potentially the other the other like candidates of other people of the party that don't have access to flame.
So you're putting the flame around yourself, or you're trying to make like a wall of?
No, it shrouds myself in flame.
Okay.
Just kind of like prepare that. But that would be the action I would take this turn, and then I would have to do something else next turn. But yeah.
Okay. All right.
So it's one intellect point, but I have an edge in intellect, so it cancels that.
Okay.
But yeah.
You activate your immolation aura, and position yourself kind of like between some of the party members of the expedition to try and ward off these centipedes. You can see they definitely don't want to touch fire. So there's a little bit of hesitancy there, but it's not their turn. It's still the players. So we still have Tomas or Quinn.
All right. Quinn, you want to use that gun of yours? No, I'll take it. Because I had that log that I was trying to squash them with. Can I? I'll be like, you with the baton, set me on fire.
They're like, ugh. Set the log on fire.
Yeah, and then I'll whip it into one of these like masses of voidlings.
All right, go ahead and roll me a might attack, and I'll give you the asset on the fire.
Okay. What? So, like an improvised weapon like this, like what would it be classified as?
I think in the Cypher system, it's still a might attack, so it's basically a melee attack for you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, all right.
Yeah. In terms of weapons, I'll say it's a medium weapon.
Yeah.
And maybe just to balance it, because it technically is a ranged attack, but I don't care in this instance because you're hurling it 5 feet in front of you. Let's just say it costs you 1 might point, just because it's on fire and you have to touch it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I'll do that and I'll use an effort. And here we go. That is a 7.
Okay. On a 7 with effort, you do hit. And it gets hurled into the mass and it kind of scatters as the flaming log just does damage, and you see it crushes a bunch of them. As they get crushed and it takes damage, you notice that a bunch of them pop, and there are these small little vacuums that you see pull leaves and branches into those little spaces. And you can tell that the fire moves in towards this cloud, this swarm, and then gets pushed away. There seems to be these small vacuum explosions.
Being caused by their deaths?
Being caused by their deaths.
Okay. How intriguing.
Yeah, it's not all of them, but it's maybe some of the bigger looking ones that are doing this.
All right.
Quinn.
It's me.
Okay. I just one of the skills I got. Let me get that. Who? I chose investigative skills, part of my tier 2 upgrade, in which I was able to pick 2 of the following. I chose perception. No, actually, yeah, perception and assessing danger. I'm gonna assess some danger. I want to get a full-on big picture of all of it, if that makes sense.
Okay. So you take that moment, you step back, Mentor comes out, and the both of you assess danger together as he kind of puts the math together of what he's seeing and then relays it to you in data format on the D-pad.
What's the best way to destroy this?
This is a skill that you have?
Yeah, that's it. That I'm not trained in, so I was able to get trained in it.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me an intellect roll.
Okay.
And basically, it's an asset.
Where did my D20 go? It's too dark in here. That's a 14 again. Okay,
on a 14 plus an asset, you feel like you get a pretty good sense of what the danger is here. And so I'm going to tell you a few things. Firstly, the danger of the centipedes is that it seems like when they die, something is happening that could potentially, basically, in mechanical terms, it'll give you what is it called? Not the asset, the other one.
Detriment?
Yeah, a detriment for a round.
Okay.
Isn't there a better word for it?
A detriment to them? Or
is it an impediment? What is it?
I mean, technically.
Yeah, but there's a word for it in Cypher. It's going to drive me nuts that I don't remember. It's not written properly here. A difficulty. So it'll give you like one difficulty for a round on actions. The other thing is that Mentor helps you notice that their pincers are like there's like a smaller set of pincers that seem like maybe that they could be they could transmit some sort of a poison. So they have some sort of like a venomous bite of some sort. Poison and venom are different. Anybody here remember what the difference is?
When they're poisonous, they're like touching them would kind of like make them give you like some kind of poison, I believe. If they're venomous, their bite would then
it's injected.
Yeah, so poison is on and venom is in.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay, so they're venomous.
Okay, if you touch,
but you have to get bitten by them, it seems. Okay. And then because you rolled that 17, the 14 plus the asset, you're going to get. There's another bit of danger here, in that the fire can spread. So basically, there's going to be part of this encounter right now is not starting a forest fire.
Got it.
Yeah, it's like a controlled burn in a sense.
Exactly.
Okay. That would be my turn, or am I allowed to attack?
That's your action, is to figure all this out. Do you want to relay it to everybody?
Yes. Guys, be careful. Don't let them bite you.
Noted.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. I'll say you also tell the other expedition members...
don't start the forest fire.
Yeah, don't start the forest fire. And so immediately they're going to spread out and basically start to take care of trying to contain this. So like the way that Johnny perceives this is like, great, grabs the axe, cuts into like straight through a tree, this time not stopping, like a partially dead tree, and collapses it in towards like where the fire is, like bursts up in some flame. The voidlings are able to avoid all of the other members of the expedition, unfortunately, even equipped with their magical weapons. It seems like this phase shifting ability, it basically just elevates their defense level above what your party members are able to do in terms of damage, except Johnny. Johnny with this big tree coming in, does a little bit of fire damage. You can see some pops. And it takes a mite of damage again. Or not a mite, but you know what, a smidge of damage. But there's still a mass of centipedes here. It is now their turn, and they are going to rush forward and try to get away from the fire. What I would like is for all three of you to attempt to, and you tell me how you want to do this, but basically try to stop them from leaving the kind of like fire pyre that you're building here, this little area of forest. So some sort of a defense roll.
Okay.
And I'll say might is easier to do than speed. But if you fail the might defense roll, then you can get bit. If you fail the speed defense roll, they'll basically be able to pass you.
Would this be considered a physical task that they're attempting? I have another upgrade as a second tier explorer that's called Enable Others, and it's an enabler skill. So it's just kind of passive. Where I can use the helping rules to provide a benefit to another character attempting a physical task. This requires no actions on my part. So I just passively help them with
Okay.
at least one person. I don't know. It's just, though it's
That's
called
great.
Enable Others, so I don't know.
It's making the balancing is that you can only choose one player. So who do you choose between Will and Tomas?
Okay, who looks like might struggle more between the two of them?
Maybe let's flip this on its head. What types of rolls do you guys want to make?
I'd probably make a might roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a might as well.
Yeah, so you see both of them try to stand strong. So I think in that moment, looking at the two of them, I think Quinn knows that Tomas is technically the physically mightier of the two.
Okay, so yeah, I'll give Will an extra little helping hand.
Thank you. Well, I am
by
also
not doing
wreathed in flame,
absolutely
so
anything.
Yeah, you're a little protected on your own.
uh-huh.
I will summon the drill hound though, just as we have an extra bit of defense here.
Okay.
To help fend off these things.
Well, technically, I would require it in action, but do you think he would have been hunting?
Pardon me?
Do you think he would have been like hunting with you? Like, because you're also riding Zelkarith, and Zelkarith is like not just a mount. Although I don't know if you would have left him with the other mounts to like watch them. We haven't touched on your companions in a second.
Yeah. Zelkarith, I didn't think about it like at all, but no, if I have to use an action to summon the drill hound, then he's not out. He's not out.
Right, then I'll have you both make me the might defense rolls.
Right.
Will, and you'll get that +1 from Quinn, and then you'll also have the asset from your flame aura.
Okay. Pretty decent.
I got an 8, but I'm trained in might defense, and I'll use an effort.
Okay. Will?
I rolled a 15 +1, I guess, the 16. And I guess the asset. You said the asset from the flame shroud.
Yeah, and the asset. The both of you hold strong, no problem whatsoever. They fling themselves at Will, and Mentor's like just in the background, basically like waiting to see like, are you going to catch them all? And he'll point one out if you're going to miss it, and you miss none. You're just literally putting your hands out and just like goalkeeping these centipedes and make sure that the swarm retreats from you. And then another arm of the swarm goes over towards Tomas. Tomas, as it bears down on you, tell me what you do to mightily heave it back.
So it's like they're creating like the semblance of like a larger creature by like fusing together, like all climbing on top of each other.
Yeah, it's kind of like a slime pseudopod almost.
Yeah. So I'll like start like bisecting it like from the bottom, so that like as they're like trying to lurch forward, they're kind of like collapsing under their own weight, and like just taking them out slowly and like keeping them at bay.
Yeah, you start bitch slapping all the centipedes. In bursts of slap, and the arm falls and they collapse, and then they try to get back together into the swarm. Quinn, you also have to roll me a might roll.
Oh my. Okay.
You could roll speed instead, but if you fail speed, they get past you. That's the only difference.
Does she get any benefit from kind of like being behind us? Since like me and Tomas kind of like did mention that we were kind of like trying to get interpose ourselves between the majority of the bugs and like the rest of the group.
I'll say to keep the bugs in the center, you guys need to triangulate. So she's not behind you in this instance. The others are still trying to keep the force fire at bay, so they're in like a wider circle around the three of you.
Okay, that's all good. I don't mind getting, if I do get hit this time, because I'll be able to block it next time. Let's see. I kid you freaking not. I got another 14. How is this possible?
Oh shit!
Damn.
I'm 14 and it down.
14's your number tonight.
I guess so. And then should I use an effort? Nah. 14. I stick with my 14.
Yeah.
Feeling confident.
A 14? is enough.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me how Quinn in particular makes this might defense roll?
How am I being attacked?
Basically, imagine a slime like reaching out like one tentacle and like trying to like swat at you. But this is a bunch of centipedes roiling in a mass coming out and then kind of trying to collapse onto you.
I literally, well, this might. So yeah, I'm gonna put my foot up. I'm gonna put one of my feet up to block it, kind of like a upwards kick, you know. And they're made of strong stuff, so you know.
Absolutely, you've
feeling confident.
And then the swarm kind of like gets redirected back onto itself and goes back into into the center. All right, great. That is the swarm's turn. And it is still contained within the fiery circle. It's in the ring of fire. Mentor starts doing a little song.
It's the music I wanted.
And you are all it is everyone's turn. You're all poised to attack or do something else. So what happens here?
Well, mine is easy. While my Shroud of Flame is active, it literally is, like, I have a hurl flame ability that I can like reach and like kind of use the flame and like hurl like flame at a target.
All right. Fling it at the heart of the swarm.
Pretty much. So is it them that has to roll? Do I have to roll attack, or do they roll defense?
You roll attack. In Cypher, I make no rolls.
That's it, right? Yeah, I was trying to make sure. I was like, wait a minute, like how does combat work again?
The opposite. You guys are constantly rolling, and I'm not.
Okay, that's 18.
Damn. 18 comes with a minor benefit. I have those here. Hold on. Damage bonus, you deal 2 additional points of damage.
Okay. So the damage of this itself is 4 points of fire damage.
All right, so 6 total points then. Tell me how your fire is just a little bit better as you hurl it into the heart of the swarm.
So, as they kind of like are like coming towards Willem himself, and he's like kind of like swatting them away and burning them up like defensively. He's kind of like using that as kind of like fuel to like increase the fire around himself and kind of like feed on them and like the energy they're giving off to kind of just augment his flames around himself. And then kind of like you see that the flame that's kind of like growing and growing seems to kind of almost transfer a lot of its heat and strength to like one of his hands, and he just kind of launches like a suffused ball of like pent up heat towards the like writhing mass of centipedes, I suppose.
Absolutely, that ball of heat, almost alive as it's like swirls through the air right into the heart of the swarm. Huge popping noise, and a lot of the fire right in the middle just disappears for a moment as almost every single one of the centipedes dies in that fiery burst, and all of those corpses at once have that kind of vacuum effect. But after that happens, Johnny, good one, boss, and kicks another fiery tree right into the middle, and just making sure that the heat stays on. And that's going to be the end of combat as you take it out with that 18 on that attack.
Oh, shit!
Doing quite well yourself, Johnny.
Turns out
just
fire
up, boss.
Yeah, fire, bugs, you know.
We should have brought more fire.
And I think it takes you guys a little bit of time to make sure that the forest fire is under control, but it is. That being said, there's now kind of a bonfire up on, what seems to be a little bit of a mound, a little bit of a hill. A lot of the root systems of these trees caught fire as well. It's like steaming. The earth is steaming from kind of like all the dead burning away. Johnny is just, it's a lot of hard work. It's gonna be.
You were on top of it, Johnny. Sorry.
I've been practicing. Kind of puts his chest up. Practicing cutting trees.
You're well controlling the flames.
Thank you. I think not as well as you. That was a well-placed shot. But if they're all going to be as hard as this, I don't know. It's going to take us a long time to clear all these out.
Yes, but luckily we have the help of the Fae as well.
I doubt they'll be as effective as we just were.
Something tells me they might have some more powerful implements than we do. They might not have too much difficulty.
Well, if it was just those centipedes, then I wonder why they haven't taken it out already.
These definitely might just be the larval stages of whatever these things can be.
And as you say that, there's that thump in the background. And all of you turn and look at the mound as it begins to open up, and then it erupts. Fiery logs thrown into the forest in every direction as a huge bug comes out of the ground, a face full of chitin going back down over its back, 4 legs, kind of like 1, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, a long abdomen there. This thing is kind of like centaur-esque in terms of being a bug. Has 2 almost like a lobster claws in the front, and a mandibled mouth. And it hisses. My children. And that's where we're going to end for today.
Hey.
Rocks, Johnny.
Angered something.
Yeah, like I said, there's always a mom or a papa around.
That was too easy. And it was.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just starting.
Yep.
Incredible. But you guys beat the first part of the combat, and there were so many good scenes today. I feel like, man, I just want to give away all the XP in the world.
All of it?
I mean, just do it.
Yeah.
And Kaylin's at home, so I can't use the threat of killing off the father of Boss's father.
Oh my god.
That was such a...
He's never leaving. Okay? I'm never letting him leave again.
Never going into danger again.
Incredible. Yeah, beautiful moments all around. I'll say 2 XP with more XP on the way, because this creature is going to be a tough one.
I believe it.
Nice.
Honestly,
That works.
I feel like they should go to YouTube for your interactions with Kaylin and Maylit.
What? I mean, I did have
heartfelt moments.
I'll take it. I know Simon's stocked up on EXP over there.
Yeah, I'm good.
I
Don't
finally
worry.
got
I'm
to tier
good.
2, guys. So I'm a tier 2, 0 XP. Just got it.
Oh my god, we're 30% of the weight of max level.
Well, when you put it that way.
Damn.
Cypher is a weird system.
It just takes a while to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if I'm being so stingy and I'm only giving to it.
We have to share. Oh my god.
It's all good. But thank you for giving me one. I'll take it.
Please do.
Thank you.
All right. Incredible. And now that our players have fought each other tooth and nail for their XP, that's it for today's adventure on the HexagonTTRPG. Thank you all for being here if you were watching, and thank all my players for making an amazing session. If you enjoyed the game, don't forget to follow us so that you're ready for our next episode. You can tune in this coming Thursday for the next episode of Champs Challenge, DM'd by our very own Bernier. And then with a little break on Tuesday, we'll be back the Thursday afterwards with Genocide Arising, done by Peter, right here on the Hexagon. More content, world building, and updates over on YouTube and Instagram. Find us at the Hexagon TTRPG. Simon, Peter, Diana, Willem Fair, Tomas, and Diana. No.
Diana's
Diana playing Diana. It's canon now.
Yeah.
Me, Brent, your DM, signing off. With the Hexagon, and we're Hexagon. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
You're trash, okay?
Yeah.